Hello there.
Why is it that Christopher Nolan has decided to release this chaos upon us in the form of the Odyssey? He's taken a classical Greek text and he seems to have made every decision possible to turn it into the biggest politically charged nightmare of all time. I don't know if he intended to do it. I've watched some of his other movies, or quite a few of his other movies. None of them seem inherently political. So I don't know why he decided to really double down on the Odyssey and make it as charged as possible. Anyway, let's take a look at this. So Lupita Nyong'o will play two roles in Christopher Nolan's upcoming epic adventure, The Odyssey. I don't know why Helen had a sister. I mean, I've read The Odyssey. I didn't realize she had a sister. If she did have a sister, it wasn't really a role that anyone cared about. I haven't read this adaptation of The Odyssey that they're working with to make this movie. Apparently, it's quite feminist. It's quite political, which is maybe part of the problem. But I suppose that's why I kind of always looked past Helen's sister as a not very interesting character, and even Helen herself, she doesn't really play a significant role in the Odyssey. Maybe the Iliad, but not the Odyssey. She played a role in Troy, but in terms of Odyssey, she's gonna be there for like 5 minutes, right? You'd think, and yet they cast someone who's gonna crater this whole film just with political talk. Confirming online speculation, Nyong'o plays Helen of Troy, the most beautiful woman in the world, who's married to Menelaus, John Bernthal, and gets blamed for starting a war after she's spirited away. She does start a war. She doesn't get blamed for it. She does start a war. After she's spirited away by a prince. The Oscar winner also plays Helen's sister, Clytemnestra. I mean, I know the name, so I've heard the name. Clearly I know something. Who's married to Menelaus' brother, Agamemnon. Clearly she does play some kind of role. Benny Safdie, isn't he a director? The Safdie brothers? Anyway. The casting was confirmed in a new Time profile of Nolan, which also revealed why the Oppenheimer director declined to cast actors to play the gods of Mount Olympus in a traditional way in his adaptation of the mythic tale. Nolan says he considered the idea and then decided to mainly give the gods their presence through nature and his characters' beliefs. I appreciate this position, by the way. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think you entirely undercut that when you then have Zendaya playing Athena. You know, if you're going to kind of keep to a kind of almost realistic sense of what theology is, or how the gods kind of respond to people, you should have just not had any gods. You should have had Odysseus' relationship with Athena represented through natural elements and through kind of conversations with himself. That would have been really interesting. Instead, I have Athena being played by Zendaya, who kind of always seems to play the same role to me. I have nothing against her as a person, but I always just see Zendaya and not much else. So I don't know why he decided to kind of have this position on what the gods should be in his movies, and then entirely undermine that with the main character or goddess that he could have in the movie. No, instead he considered the idea and decided to mainly give the gods a presence through nature and his character's beliefs. He could have done that. He should have done that. Should have stuck to it, Nolan. You moron. I became more interested in the idea that to people in that period, evidence of gods was everywhere. What a fascinating take, Nolan. Why didn't you commit to that? The wonderful thing about cinema, and IMAX in particular, is that you can take an audience to a place of immersion, feeling close to events like storms, turbulent seas, high winds. You want the audience to be on the boat with them, fearing the ocean, fearing the wrath of Poseidon, the way the characters do. That to me is so much more powerful than any individual image you can have. I think that makes so much sense. Why do you have Athena then? Like, just get rid of her, and I think your point makes a lot of sense. And you wouldn't have people arguing or complaining about you having casted Zendaya in her 50th Hollywood movie of the year. Yeah. Also, I mean, I think about like the Clash of the Titans movie, when you do have the gods played by Liam Neeson and Ray Fiennes, and so all these other characters, and they do seem so. There is no substance to them as gods, because you just see them as actors, the same as you see the characters who are playing humans as actors. It does kind of belittle the gods as characters and take them away from their force of nature kind of personas when you just have them as actors in a room. So I think this makes a lot of sense, and if it stuck to it, I think it would have been ideal. In the piece, star Anne Hathaway, who plays Penelope, the wife of Odysseus and Queen of Ithaca, revealed that the A-list cast stayed in modest accommodations to keep the film's estimated $250 million budget on the screen. What does modest accommodation look to you like? Anne Hathaway, what do you think modest accommodation is? I wonder. I think we probably have very different perspectives on that. You've got Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, a slew of other very fine actors, me, and we're all staying in budget accommodation on a small island in Sicily. Poor you, Anne. Poor you. My heart bleeds. Oh, my heart breaks. You're staying in a lovely little home in Sicily, but you haven't got, I don't know, 60 waiters around you. What a crisis. Unbelievable. The way you suffer for your art, Anne, is really, really amazing. There's no indulgent nonsense. Oh, I beg to differ. I think there's a lot of indulgent nonsense. She said it's just about the work, and we're all so happy to be there. I'm sure that's correct. Nolan gave some insight into casting rapper Travis Scott as a bard in the film. I cast him because I wanted to nod towards the idea that the story has been handed down as oral poetry, which is analogous to rap. Okay, Nolan, you say some interesting, intelligent things, and then you say something that is blatantly retarded. Rap, there are very few rappers who I think kind of transcend into the realm of art. Most of it's just mumbled nonsense. I don't know what Travis Scott's quality as a rapper is, but even then, they are at best musicians. Yeah? At best musicians. You can't put them on the same level as Homer, who shifted like the Western world through his storytelling and through his poetry and through the depth and substance of his storytelling and poetry. It's not the same. What you've done is you've just cast a cool pop guy in your movie because for some reason you thought it was a good idea. Travis Scott is so far away from Homer or from any kind of epic poet from the past. He's so far away. It's mind-boggling that you even made this comparison. The Odyssey stars Matt Damon as Odysseus and is the first film shot entirely in IMAX format. Really? I kind of thought Nolan insisted on shooting in IMAX and everything he does. That he doesn't take a photo unless he's shooting in IMAX. What do you mean this is the first one he's done with full IMAX format? Okay. The project has been the source of intense speculation among Nolan fans online. A recent trailer even fueled a debate around the cast using American accents. Yeah, because it's really stupid. Okay, Tom Holland, Nymph Calypso is Charlize Theron, Penelope Suter, Antonius is Robert Pattinson, Eumaeus is John Leguizamo, John Bernthal is Menelaus. Main cast this includes Zendaya as the goddess Athena, Himesh Patel as Eurycleus, Eurylochus, Mia Goth as Melantho, and Jimmy Gonzalez as Cepheus, and Will Yun Lee in an unspecified role. You know what the problem here is? Really, the issue isn't Lupita Nyong'o. I know people are shouting at her because of the color of her skin and it's not right for the movie. And I think they are underselling the problem of this film, which is that it's just Hollywood slop. They got the Hollywood slop crew in here. They got them in a bucket. They put Anne Hathaway in a bucket, Tom Holland in a bucket, Charlize in a bucket. They put them all in there, and then they just found a new Odyssey film, and they're like, here's the bucket, just take what you want. Give me Greek casting. Give me someone who I don't know their face. I haven't seen their face 50 times in every film. You know? Give me someone who can act at this point. Because at this point, if Charlize is playing someone, everyone's just going to see Charlize. She can say lines, but she can't act as anything else because she is so settled in her identity. Like an actor, there are so many actors in the world. There's so many actors in Greece. Why don't you find some of the actors in Greece and put them in this phenomenal epic tale that actually reflects their culture and their cultural background? Why are you just filling it with the Hollywood snobs? Okay, and I have to listen to Anne Hathaway telling me how she had to slum it on a beautiful island while she was filming this movie. Like it's so retarded. I'm done. I'm tired of seeing Robert Pattinson. I'm tired of seeing Zendaya, and it's nothing about their race. I'm tired of seeing Tom Holland. I'm tired of seeing Mia Goth. Himesh Patel, I don't know, he's fine, but it seems strange that you don't have a single Greek person in this film about the Odyssey. It makes no sense. And Matt Damon is just Matt Damon. He's Matt Damon. I'm done with it. I'm like, he's not Odysseus. No one is looking at this thing saying, oh wow, I wonder what Odysseus is going to do. They're just looking at this thing, it's like a little diary entry about what Matt Damon's been up to for the last 2 years. This is a stupid idea, Nolan. And they're all using American accents. You haven't even tried. You know, the entire casting for this thing is a nightmare, and that's the problem. And the fact that you're going to accuse people of being racist is ridiculous. It's utterly absurd. I'm not happy about it. Anyway, I'm just not going to watch the movie. It's going to be fine. Who cares? And you, Nolan, in your little timepiece, look at you, look at your smug little face. I don't know I don't know why anyone expects anything different from you. Where's your little description here? He's studying the text, solemn figure, a no-nonsense puzzle box auteur and a crisp waistcoat, a flask of tea tucked into his jacket pocket. Intricate confounding plots, he operates with intimidating efficiency. Every time his cup runs low, he ferries a refill from the tea cart, sorry. You are a caricature, dude. You're not a real person anymore, Nolan. You are not a real person anymore. You sit there with your hip flask and your little jacket, and you're not a real person anymore. And because of that, I don't know how anyone expected you to make good decisions when you were casting this film. Essentially, you saw this as another project, an opportunity to surround yourself with the Hollywood elite to make you feel impressive. And I'm happy for you. You're living a cool life. You do cool things. With cool, important, impressive people, but you're not making good art. And I think you owe Greece an apology.